What up, though? Welcome to a brand new season and a new episode of Vibes with MDB. I'm super excited for the start of a new Premier League season. I know a lot of people have been wondering where I have been, but I'm back. We are back, and I'm happy to be back talking about the best game with the best sport, which is football. And in this week, I'll be dropping the three episodes of videos talking about the preview of the Premier League season, most especially my picks for the top 10 and also my thoughts on the top 6 teams in the Premier League going forward. Please don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe, and let's have some fun talking about the beautiful game. Let's go. I am going to be focusing on Chelsea. There's been a lot of focus on Chelsea FC. It feels like there's always a chaos when it comes to Chelsea FC. There's never a dull moment. Everybody seems to have one thing or the other to say about Chelsea Football Club. And on this video, we'll be trying to dive right into it. So let's go. Of course, again, this is the start of a new season. The Premier League is starting in 4 days away. And there's been a lot of talks about Chelsea and how Todd Boehly and the Igbali consortium has been running the club. A lot of journalists, a lot of pundits have had things to say about how the club is being run. The transfer policies of just buying the best young talent in the world, stockpiling players. As I record this video, Chelsea has 42 players in their first team squad, which is crazy guys. 42 players in a squad whereby at most you have 25 players, 24. Most coaches want 23, 24 players as part of their first team squad, but Chelsea has 41 players, and they must find a way to try to solve this conundrum. You know, let's look at the signings they've done this season or how they finished last season. They had a very good end to end of the season last season. They won 6 of their last 6 games. They were playing good football. They were scoring goals. It looked like Pochettino had finally gotten the team to play the kind of football, and they were starting to get results. And players were coming back from injuries. We saw Christopher and Koku coming back from injury. We saw Nicholas Jackson firing on all cylinders. And what a revolution Cole Palmer was last season. Was scoring goals, making assists. We saw Moses Caicedo actually started looking like the £100 million player that they signed. You saw Conor Gallagher working so hard like a dog that he is in the midfield. And everything looked like they were trending in the right direction. Then came the end of the season, and Chelsea and Pochettino reached an agreement for the mutual termination of his contract. With reports basically saying that Pochettino didn't agree to be a yes man. He did not agree with the policies of the team. He wanted to bring in his own players, and we saw how that ended. And it felt like they were starting again from the beginning. It felt like for the first time under the Todd Boehly era, Chelsea was actually moving in the right direction. They were just maybe a top striker away, because no matter Nicholas Jackson was good last season, but they needed that top striker that was going to take them to the next level if they want to start competing for the Premier League with the likes of Arsenal and Manchester City. And I thought they were just going to be one signing away, one striker away from starting to be that team whereby, yeah, everybody recognizes that this is Chelsea. But it felt like they just ripped everything apart again with the sagging of Pochettino. And now they are restarting again with Enzo Maresca, a coach who had a fantastic season at Leicester last season, won the championship. Of course, they were expected to be promoted back into the Premier League based on the squad that they had, but he did an impressive job coming in, changing the style of play, imposing a style of play that has to do with ball possession, that has to do with pressing, just the similar style to Pep Guardiola with the little differences. And he was able to bring out the best out of the players that they had at Leicester and the young players that were brought in, people like Mavididi, people like Abu Fatau. They were able to reach their peak levels. They were able to. Abit was in the championship, but he did a very good job in bringing them, managing those expectations and bringing them right back into the Premier League, winning the championship. And of course, he gets the job moving to Chelsea. And judging by the preseason, Chelsea has played 6 games in the preseason. They've lost 4 out of it. They won 1. They drew 1. Of course, without imputing the Inter Milan game. When you put the Inter Milan, they actually had a draw as well. You know, they considered 4 against Manchester City in the preseason, considered 4 against Celtic in the preseason, considered 2 to Real Madrid. They basically be chipping in goals in all of their preseason games. Considered two to Wrexham again. We shouldn't forget they've been conceding a lot of goals, but due to the pattern of play that he wants to play, you can actually see what he's trying to do on the field of play, in the pattern of play. Chelsea are actually showing that the players are starting to understand what he's trying to do. When you watch a Chelsea game now, you can actually see 5 minutes in the game, 10 minutes in the game, you can actually see what they are trying to do, and which is something that was not always there under Pochettino. They were a team that they were an high energy team under Pochettino, but they were a team that nobody expected what to. You did not know what you would see from them. You understand? Like, their level of expectation with the fans when it comes to the playing style was nothing to write home about, because today they might be playing free-flowing football, tomorrow it might be long balls, but under Maresca it is defined where they are going to be playing a possession-based football, which basically from the goalkeeper to the striker, everybody has to be good with the ball at their feet. And that is why this season there's been reports, or we have seen that Robert Sanchez has come into the goal as Chelsea's number one now, and also Chelsea completing the signing of Jorgensen from Villarreal. It shows in the dimension Enzo Maresca is trying to take the team in terms of having a possession-based team and having a goalkeeper that is really good with the ball at his feet. And of course, we've seen them make some couple of signings, some that I am impressed with and some that baffles me. But this is how Chelsea is always going to be under the Todd Boehly era, which is they've set their plan to be that they would always go for the best young talents in the world, no matter where the players are. We've seen them sign scouts from Africa. We've seen them have scouts in Brazilian market. They are really tapping heavy into the South American market, which we saw with the signing of Anselmino from Boca Juniors, which we've seen from the signing of Estevão Willian, a player that a lot of Brazilian scouts are said to be the next Neymar. We've seen it in the sign of Kendrick Pais, another young quality player. And of course, we've seen it with some signings previously with Andre Santos, with Angelo Gabriel. Of course, Chelsea, the signings they made that I feel like was a game changer for them this season has to be Pedro Neto. What the player has been for Wolves. When you want a player that is so good in Enzo Maresca's team, you need a player that is so good when it comes to 1v1, and that is what Pedro Neto will offer Chelsea in this team. He offers a lot of creativity. I believe they are still lacking a number 9, though Magui came in, and we've seen in preseason that he is an animal when it comes to pressing, but he still shows in his game why he's still a youngster and he's going to continue to improve in his lack of the way he passes the ball. You can see that it's not the finished article yet. I believe if Chelsea wants to compete for the titles, they still need to go out and get the classic number 9. You know, we've seen reports linking Victor Osimhen to them. That is a deal we should look out for, like Fabrizio Romano has said. You know, the Conor Gallagher situation, pushing Conor Gallagher out, pushing somebody like Chalobah out, those players has been the bedrock of the team. You know, last season when Chalobah was injured, the defense was shaky, but as soon as he came back, Chelsea started producing good results under Pochettino. But these are players that Chelsea want to push out just because of pure profit. Of course, I know the club has come in for a lot of criticisms based on the way those players have been treated. I don't think they've been treated right, but hey, the club and their policies, they are allowed to do whatever they want to do. We thought Conor Gallagher was already on his way to Atletico Madrid. He went down to Spain. He had his medical done. But again, Chelsea were supposed to sign Samuel Omorodion was supposed to be coming to Chelsea. The deal collapsed. There was something wrong in the deal. Maybe there's been a lot of report that said it was his ankle injury. Some said Chelsea failed to reach personal terms with them. But the deal collapsed, and Conor Gallagher is back in Cobham training with the development squad. I think it's just a lot of mess. Those are things that a lot of journalists sees or a lot of pundits sees, that they are not confident about Chelsea going into this season. For me, my prediction for Chelsea this season, I believe they will start really slow. I don't think they will pick up positive results going into the season, but I believe when the squad, when they gel well, I believe from November upwards, I see Chelsea trending in the right direction. I see them being able to start picking up wins against big teams. I believe Chelsea will finish in the top four this season. I know a lot of people are not tipping them to finish in the top four, but I believe there's a lot of quality and squad. There's a lot of depth. There's a lot of quality in the team. And of course, there's two weeks away from the end of transfer windows. Chelsea, they're always signing players left, right, center. First of all, they need to actually move out a lot of players like Lukaku. The deal with Lukaku, Osimhen coming the other way, Lukaku going to Napoli is something we need to watch out for as well. There's Armando Broja on the books. There's Gallagher they need to push out. There's Chalobah as well. There's Dacho Fofana as well. Chelsea has a lot of transfers to still be done. But I believe if they are able to do all those things, minimize the squad, because they really need to sell a lot of players. I believe with the way Enzo Maresca wants to play suits the team, with Cucurella inverting into the midfield. And we've seen especially in the preseason game against Inter Milan, we've seen that he's a manager that is also adept to changes. He is not only stuck in his way, he's a manager that when things are not working well, he can switch up, and we saw it against Inter Milan in the preseason game at Stamford Bridge. So I believe Chelsea, of course, though a lot of people are writing them off, but I believe this will be a successful season for them. I won't be surprised if they win the Conference League. I won't be surprised if they do so well in the cup competitions, maybe finally winning the FA Cup after losing their last 4 finals. Or I won't be surprised if I see them in the FA Cup final once again, maybe going one step further this season by winning it. Of course, the Conference League provides them with an opportunity to win silverware. But I'm tipping Chelsea to finish in the top 4 this season. I believe they are not ready to fight for the league or to win the league. But I believe a good season for them this season will be winning the FA Cup, winning the EFL Cup, winning the Conference League, and trying much as possible to finish in the top 4. So in the comment section, tell me your thoughts about Chelsea. What do you think is going on at Chelsea? Are you confident going into this season? Do you think Enzo Maresca is the right man for the job? Do you think the players will be able to step up? Which signings are you excited most about to see going into this season? Drop your comments and your thoughts in the comment section, and I will be looking at it and trying to communicate with everybody. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe. And until I come your way next time, it's Madiba.